Ryan and the Adventure in Neverland with Peter Pan. Once upon a time in the magical land of Neverland, there lived a boy named Ryan. Ryan was 7 years old and had a boundless imagination. He dreamt of flying high above the clouds and discovering new places. Little did he know, his dreams were about to come true in the most unexpected way. It was a warm, starry night when Ryan found himself unable to sleep. He stared out his bedroom window, watching the twinkling stars. Suddenly, he heard a light tapping on the window. When he turned to see what it was, he could hardly believe his eyes. There, hovering outside his window, was none other than Peter Pan. "Hello, Ryan." Peter Pan greeted him with a bright smile. "I've come to take you on an adventure in Neverland." Ryan's eyes widened with excitement. "Really? Can I fly with you?" Peter Pan nodded, extending his hand. "Of course. All you need is a little bit of faith, trust, and pixie dust." Just then, a tiny, glowing figure fluttered into the room. It was Tinker Bell, Peter Pan's best friend and a magical fairy. She sprinkled some shimmering pixie dust over Ryan, and before he knew it, he was floating above the ground. "Off to Neverland!" Peter Pan exclaimed, and with that, they soared out of the window and into the night sky. Ryan felt the cool breeze on his face as they flew over the city, and he couldn't help but laugh with joy. As they approached Neverland, the sights amazed Ryan. There were lush forests, sparkling rivers, and towering mountains. They landed gently in a clearing where a group of lost boys eagerly awaited their arrival. "Welcome to Neverland, Ryan," the lost boys cheered, each of them eager to show Ryan around. Ryan spent the day playing games, exploring hidden caves, and swimming in crystal-clear lagoons. But his favorite part was learning how to fly with Peter Pan. Peter showed him how to navigate the skies and perform daring aerial tricks. Ryan felt like he could conquer the world. However, not everything in Neverland was fun and games. The notorious Captain Hook, Peter Pan's enemy, was up to no good. Hook had devised a plan to capture Peter Pan and take over Neverland. He had his crew of pirates ready to attack. One evening, as Ryan and the Lost Boys were roasting marshmallows around a campfire, they heard a rustling in the bushes. Tinker Bell appeared, her tiny face filled with concern. "Peter. Ryan. Captain Hook is planning an attack. We must be prepared," she warned. Peter Pan stood tall, his expression serious. "We must protect Neverland. Are you with me, Ryan?" Ryan nodded, feeling a surge of courage. "I'm with you, Peter." With that, Peter Pan and Ryan devised a plan to outsmart Captain Hook. They knew they had to be brave and use their wits to save Neverland. Peter led the group to a hidden cove where they could spy on Hook's crew. As the pirates approached, Ryan felt a mixture of excitement and fear. But he remembered the courage Peter had shown and believed in himself. When the moment was right, Ryan signaled to Tinker Bell, who sprinkled pixie dust over the pirates, causing them to float helplessly in the air. "Now, Lost Boys!" Peter Pan shouted, and the group sprang into action. They used their agility and teamwork to outmaneuver the pirates, driving them back to their ship. Captain Hook, realizing he was outmatched, retreated with a furious roar. "You'll regret this, Peter Pan." Hook bellowed as he and his crew sailed away. With the pirates gone, Neverland was safe once again. Ryan and the Lost Boys celebrated their victory with a grand feast. Peter Pan looked at Ryan with pride. "You were brave, Ryan. You believed in yourself, and that's what made all the difference," Peter said. Ryan smiled, feeling a sense of accomplishment. "Thank you, Peter. I'll never forget this adventure." As the night grew late, it was time for Ryan to return home. Peter Pan and Tinker Bell accompanied him back to his room. Ryan felt a bit sad to leave Neverland, but he knew he had made friends and memories that would last a lifetime. "Goodbye, Peter." "Goodbye, Tinker Bell," Ryan said as he climbed into his bed. "Goodbye, Ryan. Remember, you can always visit Neverland in your dreams," Peter Pan replied with a wink. With that, Peter Pan and Tinker Bell flew off into the night, leaving behind a trail of sparkling pixie dust. Ryan closed his eyes, feeling happy and content. He knew that with a little bit of courage and imagination, anything was possible. And so, Ryan drifted off to sleep, dreaming of his next adventure in the magical land of Neverland.
Created by a kid and their parent using TaleBot, click the link in the video description to create your own story.